in a 9th century castle named Spinocchia outside of Siena, Italy, with some of the world's top scholars and artists as instructors. Studying aesthetics, art theory, and philosophy revealed an inner self and voice I always knew existed. In between studying Plato's Republic and Art and Theory, 1900 to 2000, I would steal away to create watercolor and ink drawings in an effort to capture the beauty of a dream to study abroad in the birth country of my great-great-grandfather. Like a surrealist dream, the absurd and whimsical appear in my works as I study Immanuel Kant, Friedrich Hegel, Karl Marx, and Sigmund Freud. I became obsessed with a fragment generated by a grenade explosion in Iraq, where a Humvee melted, a soldier lost his hand, and the molten mixture melded with pieces of earth. Using silver point, I studied the fragment from every angle. At the Angel Academy of Art, a classical realist atelier in Florence, Italy, I learned extreme precision, shape recognition, and painting with graphite in order to complete the second-level drawing of Ariadne. One of these drawings can take an entire semester. The Parthenon horse is the third and final level of graphite drawing based on this old master method. If you look closer and ignore the horse's muzzle, you will see a secondary face that shares the same eye and follows the shadow line below it as an example of the shapes we were taught to see in order to ensure accuracy. Half of the day was focused on copying master drawings. The other half of the day was focused on life drawing. In the remaining waking hours, I read about the debate regarding the role of classical drawing at the advent of modernism through my readings at IDSVA. As I lived art history by studying classical drawing and visiting contemporary exhibitions in Renaissance Florence, I had my own artistic rebellion. Direct, intuitive, unpredictable, I tore up maps of Florence and created my own paths in lengthy series. However, the shapes from my classical drawings were inescapable and present even in my frenzied application of gouache, paper, and line. I would lose myself in the repetition of the texture and utilize the same graphite brushwork from the Angel Academy. Coincidentally, larger forms, such as the clown face, would emerge. There are no sideshows in Italy, but circuses celebrated all over Italy, especially around the Christmas season and the few months into the new year. As most of my Angel Academy classmates spent their weekends drawing at school, I would hop on a train and go to the nearest circus. I was also lucky enough to go behind the scenes and sketch during practice under the horse tent before the show. Light and shadow, shape and form were ever present, fantastical and absolutely magical. According to a friend and circus historian, the best circuses in Italy are run by the Toni family and the Orfei family circuses. In some instances, I would return twice just to capture the shapes that I wanted to paint and draw. In true synchronicity, my IDSVA studies introduced me to Mikhail Bakhtin, a Russian philosopher of literary criticism who also happens to be known as the philosopher of Carnival, a perfect tie-in to sideshow, circus, and Italian Carnevale. As I lived in this magical world, sickness and death were smattered throughout my year abroad. At the same time, no one wanted me to come home and to give up this lifelong dream. While painting portraits of struggle and triumph, pain and relief, I also felt compelled to capture endless screenshots of family and friends, even while making new friends abroad. These screenshots took the place of family photos and mundane moments shared while separated by an ocean. And even my friend's cat made an appearance regularly. The digital substitution for interaction led to 53 paper explorations, which is a drawing app for the iPad. Using a stylus with an actual brush tip, my digital watercolors documented the landscapes of my apartment, which had a view of the Duomo, daily walks, plein air painting, and the birthplace of my bisnonno, my great-great-grandfather. traditional fine art, craft, and digital, I took as many workshops as I could in bookbinding, anatomy, fresco, Florentine paper marbling, and Turkish paper marbling. And these are some of the Coptic stitch bookbindings that I've done. Marbled paper is called Ebru in Turkish. Flowers and seamless frame of contrasting marbled paper characterize it. Pigments are sprinkled on a viscous base and manipulated by combs. All over Florence, empty public altars once filled with saintly images and prayers now frame graffiti and chewed gum. Using a combination of old master pinhole techniques, street art, and social commentary on branding and the ideals marketed to consumer culture, I embarked upon the Misguided Adoration series. All items were purchased from the 99-cent stores that dominate Florence's historic center. Our misguided adoration of capitalistic consumer culture to fulfill all of our needs, the unrealistic ideals, and corporate brands have become our new form of worship. Once outfitted, the filled altars were documented as installations with photos and left for further public consumption. The temporality of the altar flames, created with glow sticks, quickly fades as a new day dawns and as we search for fulfillment in the next ideal or object. Thank you very much.